Alright, welcome back to Teal House Farm. Poured myself a cup of motivation for this afternoon, and we're going to get some work done. So I had two choices of what I wanted to do today, because I have two goals for this weekend, things I'd like to do. I'd like to can onions, and I need to do more work, obviously, on that garden that's taking forever to build. And I'm going to do one today and one tomorrow. And I highly considered pushing the harder work, the garden work, off till tomorrow, right? And doing the easier job today. But then I realized my tomorrow self would be really mad at my today self, so. It's a beautiful day outside. The girls are just finishing their chores for their after lunch chores. They're gonna go, yeah, they're gonna play camping with their favorite camping set, which you guys probably know well by now because it's been in several of our videos.
So we're gonna do art and Mikey stay outside and Mikey stay and JJ and I run their team. And we might even do the underground potty thing.
No, we're not gonna do an underground potty. If you have to go potty, come inside and go potty. Okay?
They're probably gonna like that out.
Alright, so anyway, today is day, well, according to YouTube, it's day 7?
Day 7?
I have to check that. Actually, no, I think it's YouTube day 6 of the garden build. That sounds about right. But it's, in actuality, it's like day 7. Obviously, it's been spread out over several weeks. Yeah, it's not up there, babe. But before we started YouTubing it, we were, like, I had to get the space ready, like, things cleared off of it. We had other things on the space that we wanted to use. So, but I believe on YouTube it is building day 6. And today, let's see, what time is it? It is 1 o'clock right now, a little bit after 1. And my plan is to work for 2 hours. And that 3 o'clock nap time for the little one should be over. And then we're going to do some things for the kids inside. So 2 hours of work, and most of it is going to be hauling composted manure from the barn to the garden. This is not going to be fun, but we're going to see how much we can get moved on our own. And as a reminder, all I have are my muscles and a wheelbarrow. I do not have a tractor, otherwise this project would have been done in like a day or a day and a half. So let's go outside and let's see what we can tackle. I have to show you this. I just about peed my pants because I was setting down the camera to set it up for an angle, and I looked down and saw this right by my feet. I thought it was a snake. I jumped like 10 feet. It's not. It's some sort of vine. We're really gonna get to work now though. Let's grab our wheelbarrow and bring it up to the barn. Thankfully, our barn is not very far from our new garden area, so we do not need to lug all this material very far, which is going to help the job go a little faster. Our barn has definitely seen better days, but it's still sturdy and still standing, so we are thankful for it. And of course, walking by the laundry line to get to the barn reminded me that I had done a load of laundry, but never actually hung it out to dry. So a brief pause while we hang everything up to make sure it's dry by tonight so we can avoid using our dryer. Because if you haven't realized yet, a dryer is actually a rather expensive appliance to run. Now we're ready to go. We could take the fence down, but man, that's a lot of work because then I have to tie everything back up. So we'll just park the wheelbarrow on the outside. This is what we've dug out so far, that deep trench. It's obviously been a while since we've cleared out this stall. It also had a lot of animals on it, so we have a lot of compacted bedding. This needs to be completely cleared out. It's a huge project, and we are just going to do it the way you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. I use the mattock to help break up the material. It's almost like concrete, and I'm going to use the pointy end to poke holes and kind of help loosen it up, and then the flat end helps break off larger chunks once I've got the smaller holes poked in there. And then we shovel it out of the barn with this shovel, just one scoop at a time. It's a big job, but if we just keep working a little bit every day, we will get it done. Our viewer Terry recommended maybe using the 4-pronged garden fork instead of the mattock because I do have trouble wielding the mattock. It's heavy, and I might give that a try next time because my arms are definitely very sore and I feel like it's starting to slow me down. We just repeat this process over and over. Break it up, dig it out, fill it up, and dump it. Break it, dig it, fill it, dump it. Break it, dig it, fill it, dump it. And that's what we did for the next 2 hours.
What are your favorite parts about living on Teal House Farm and not favorite parts about living on Teal House Farm?
My favorite is hitting Ivy in the booty.
And what's your least favorite?
Yeah.
And my bad thing about Teal House Farm is I hate doing laundry and stuff. What's your favorite thing about Teal House Farm, and what's your least favorite thing about Teal House Farm?
My favorite thing is the trampoline. My least favorite thing is you saying that that's not true when it is.
The good thing is that, like, I kind of like Mom and my sisters and my clothes.
And Patton.
And my not favorite thing is doing the dishes with nonsense. Favorite thing about living on Teal House Farm is probably the nature and the fun and being able to play camp, because if I lived on a neighborhood like I used to, I probably wouldn't be able to do that because it's so small. My least favorite thing is probably doing a lot of work. Like when it's winter, I have to get all the logs out and put them in the fire at like midnight. So that's one of my least favorite things. But other than that, I think it's really good to live on a farm. It taught me a lot of things that I don't think I would have learned if I stayed on a neighborhood. Pete! Oh my, he's sleeping.
Okay, it's now 3:15, so I worked a little bit longer, but the babies they're still sleeping now, but my arms are done for the day. My arms and my back. It's been a lot of work. So we'll show you what we got done. Here are the mounds up in my garden. My idea is to just make some mounds. I'm leaving pathways for driving the wheelbarrow around. Yes! Oh, great.
And I think I got something.
You found out how to do it?
So I had to remove rust from 10 network. And it takes about an hour to do or so, but I found this, so this is what it says.
We're removing rust. What are we doing?
So it only takes about an hour and like 4 minutes.
Okay, so rinse it and dry it, and then go ahead and give it a shot. Sorry, they have a toy bar, like gymnastics bar, but it got rusty on the side, so they wanted to know how to fix it. I told them to ask Siri, and so they're going to try their own little science project to see if it actually works. Because Mommy does not have enough time to fix every problem. So anyway, here are the mounds. My idea is I'm going to mound up, right, wheelbarrow access around. It's really hard to push wheelbarrow over this mound. And then I'm going to stamp it out. Once I have big mounds, I'll fill in the wheelbarrow access. Okay, and in here, we got a much larger hole. So we're definitely making progress. It's very slow progress, and it's really hard not to get disappointed, but I'm not going to let myself be disappointed because I'm working hard every day. And one step at a time, we're going to get to the job being finished, right? Even though I wish it would go a little bit faster, because that's an incredible amount of dirt to move, and it's taking a very long time. But we're going to get there, and we're going to get there before our last frost date, which is April 21st. So still got lots of time. Yes. All right, so here's my one question. I want to see what you guys think. Right now, the garden is going to line directly up with the front door of the greenhouse. It goes straight across that way. But now I'm wondering if maybe that's not the best plan. Maybe I should get a little bit more cardboard and come maybe 5 or 6 feet out in front of the greenhouse, so the greenhouse is actually all inside the raised bed. Or not raised bed, the no-till bed. The only reason I'm thinking that is because when we mow, if it's right up against the if the garden starts right up against the greenhouse, I'll have to edge around the front of the greenhouse, right, with the trimmer. But I'm thinking if the no-till bed comes out in front of it a little bit, then I would just be able to mow across, right? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Maybe it's not worth all that effort, though. It's still a lot of dirt to move, and that's more dirt to move, and maybe trimming is easier than moving that much dirt. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. Also, what you think might be more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know if it'll look weird with the front of the greenhouse being at the front of the garden instead of the greenhouse more like the very center of the garden. So what are your thoughts? Also, I'll show you because some of you were asking. Here's our spinach plant. It is actually growing. I'll show you if I can get it open. There we go. There he is. So only one sprouted. These are older seeds though, so I'm going to blame that. And it did take a long time for him to sprout because I was keeping him inside on the table, and I was like, I'll bring him out once he sprouts, but without that sunlight acting on the top of the soil, he just wouldn't sprout. So once I started bringing him out, it sprouted right away. Little man is still sleeping. Hi, Gooba Goobs. Do you want to get up? All right, since the little man's still sleeping, and we're gonna make some banana chips. How's that sound, Goobs? On our dehydrator, since it's still a little too early to start dinner, so we're just gonna make best use of this time because I do not feel like digging any more manure out of the ghost stall today. So we're gonna work on that. You want to say bye, Goobs? We'll see you guys next time. See you next time. Thanks for watching.